Welcome to my retirement dream. I'm Rod. I don't know, maybe for 10 years I've had bad hearing. I had a test, I know, 6-7 years ago, and they said I needed hearing aids then, but I don't know, wasn't quite ready for it. Military, motorcycles, and music, lost a lot of my highs. So back in March, got a bad ear infection, fluid filled up my ears. I went pretty much deaf for at least a couple of weeks before things started draining. It took a couple of months. And those that drive motorcycles, if you're watching this video, you probably do, you know what tinnitus is. I had it, I would say, a low level before. Now I would say it's on all the time. So I broke down, and I've got the hearing aids. So I got the Starkey Omega AI hearing aids. Yeah, Tony Stark, they gotta be good, right? First thing I noticed when I put them in, when I take them out, realize how bad my hearing was, missing a lot of the highs. I had to take care of my hearing, you know, the years of playing music and all that. The first thing I had to do was change my lifestyle. I couldn't play in a band anymore. It was a hard decision to make, but I quit the band. So now it's about the motorcycle riding. It's something I love to do. I've gone on a couple short rides, and the ringing is quite profound when I get back from them. So I've been trying to, you know, take a few decibels away from the ride, installing windshields, wearing earplugs, and yeah, mostly it's just wind noise. Yeah, most of the rides I've done so far have been maybe an hour or 2 hours. Whether I'll ever be able to do long trips, I've never been able to see an ENT for my ears. Welcome to Canada. Free healthcare is kind of like free beer but you can't get into the bar because there's such a long lineup. So I've been waiting for 3 months. It doesn't look like I'm ever going to see a specialist. The audiologist was great. Like I said, I'm enjoying the hearing aids a lot. A whole new world has opened up. Obviously, you don't wear hearing aids when you drive your motorcycle. Take them out, put in the earplugs, and again, it's a work in progress, trying to get the noise away from when I ride. Let's go for a ride. It's a beautiful day, finally. So one thing I realized after I bought my new helmet is that modular helmets are louder because they have the seams. It's too bad because my other helmet was pretty quiet, but it does have this skirt here on the bottom, which blocks a lot of the wind noise. So that does help. Keeping the vents closed, I've noticed, probably drops, I don't know, a few decibels right there. Also read that if you use a balaclava, so I bought this from Fortnite, and you know, it's pretty thin. It's not gonna quiet things too much, but it does quiet things a little bit. Next thing, of course, I've been a proponent of earplugs for a long time. I thought I'd use these because they're supposed to be like minus 32 decibels. I find they just don't block it at all. So I bought these loop, and they stick right in your ears quite well. And they're minus 25 rated. So minus 25, maybe minus 2 or 3. Keep the things closed. You know, maybe I'm getting minus 30 decibels off the wind noise, which helps. So the biggest thing that I've done is I've added a Kemimoto windshield extension. It's about $120 on Amazon. Really good quality, super easy to install. You just bend this till it fits the curve of your windshield. And I've noticed probably, I don't know, 10, 15 decibels less because it blocks the wind from hitting my helmet. So that helps a lot. It is a stock windshield, not great keeping the wind off the shoulders, so I do get quite a road noise from that. But yeah, we'll just keep trying, see how it goes. I've learned a lot about ears and hearing over the last few months, and about hyperacusis, loud noises, tinnitus. I actually learned that silence is not good. After I had the infection and things started clearing, I would try to spend the day in quiet, and by nighttime my head would just be screaming with the tinnitus. The hearing aids, I'm 3 weeks into them. They're supposed to help. It has changed it, not in volume but in tone. So my tinnitus is a lot not louder, but a higher pitch. And again, it doesn't take much. It's almost you wake up every day with a certain amount of hearing, and if you have a lot of hearing, things that you have to listen to, conversations, restaurants and stuff, you kind of run out of hearing by a certain time of the day. I spent a few weeks camping, and took some time to, just not listen to music, not listen to podcasts, just listen to the nature, and it did help. They're saying tinnitus is caused by, it is lack of hearing, your brain trying to make sense of sounds. And since I've had hearing aids, I've got all these new frequencies I haven't been hearing for a long time. So it certainly is interesting. I wish it would go away. So here I'm like 60 kilometers an hour. I put my hand right up there. I get no wind on the helmet at all, no wind noise, which is really nice. You can kind of hear it a bit hitting my shoulders and that. But for the actual ride, it's quite quiet between the earplugs, the balaclava, and of course the windshield. Makes it quite a pleasant ride. You get up to 100 and stuff, over 100 kilometers an hour. I'd be interesting to have like a meter or something to see how many decibels that I'm subject to. They say it about, with no windshield on a motorcycle at 100 kilometers an hour, you're getting about 90 to 100 decibels, which after 1 hour you will damage your hearing. When I first got the hearing aids, I'd be talking to my friends. I was surprised how many of them said, yeah, I have them. And I would look at their ears and, you're not wearing any. They said, oh, I like them. There's this break-in period I didn't know about, retraining your brain. So, like I said, I'm 3 weeks into it, but I like them. I immediately, instead of hearing just the birds in my front yard, I could hear them deep into the woods. So yeah, it's kind of a game changer, I find. I would like the tinnitus to go away, but I've told a couple of my friends, like, one of the biggest things I've noticed about hearing aids is how much energy I have later on in the day, which my audiologist says, well, that makes sense because your brain's been struggling to hear for so long. A lot of your brain power has been used to hear, and now it doesn't have to make as much effort. I was like, so I do like that part of it. In Nova Scotia, I've had kind of a cool start to summer. As you can see, today is a beautiful day. We're near mid-July, and you're certainly probably right about the heat waves in Europe and the rest of Canada. Not so much here. Had quite a bit of rain, which is nice for the gardens, good for the gardens. But for riding, it hasn't been great. And again, with my hearing thing, my hearing problem, I'm not really sure if this is a good idea to even ride. Of course, it would be nice to talk to a guy with a PhD. Nope. Can't get your appointment. The gatekeepers of the medical system are alive and well. If you're a young person watching this video and you drive motorcycle, I highly recommend you start wearing earplugs if you're not already. Basically, tinnitus, we all experience it when we're young, after a concert or after a ride, but our ears just heal and goes away until it doesn't anymore. That's what I've learned. So I've seen several YouTubers talk about it, and that's a good thing. They have a lot of influence on motorcycle riders. I actually don't know if Itchy Boots wears them or not. I would imagine she does. She drives every day, all day, pretty much. She's not a fast driver. Like I said, even like 90 decibels for an hour, you're going to do some damage to your ears. What a beautiful road, what a beautiful day. Look at that. I sometimes forget why motorcycles come here. Until I go out for a ride, I go, oh yeah, that's why. Beautiful roads, not a lot of traffic. Beach. This is coming up to Lawrencetown Beach. The surfers come out here when there's tropical storms or even hurricanes. They wear 7 mil wetsuits. This water's like 17 Celsius. But the waves can get pretty gnarly. Gnarly? Is that still a word? I'm not really sure. Here's my advice if you're coming to a beach in Nova Scotia on a sunny hot day. Bring a sweatshirt. Because you never know. Yeah, a lot of people out there today. Bicycle trail. I was going to turn there, but made my decision a little too late. It's alright, there's another entrance. Big crowd today. Lawrencetown Beach. My name is Ken, and I beach. Why do motorcyclists do that? Guess it's fun. Look at that. VIP parking. Nice looking bike, I gotta admit. It is the Honda Civic of motorcycles. Doesn't do anything great, does everything good. Nice little trail, go for a ride or a walk right from the beach. There you go. Air is 22, water is 13 degrees. Swim in the flags. Surf not in the flags. There you go. Yeah, just for a little context, I'm wearing quite warm motorcycle pants and a motorcycle jacket, and I'm quite comfortable. The Nova Scotians are very hardy. They'll come to the beach even when it's freezing out. And in the water, 13 degrees. Not for me, thank you. So this driftwood would be a nice place to sit down. And, oh, somebody left their bag of poop there. Oh, well, it's in a bag. Can't smell it. Yeah, just to prove how much I like the hearing aids, I bring them in the charger right inside my motorcycle jacket. Take them out, and the minute I pull over, pop out the earplugs, put in the hearing aids. I always thought waves were like this low rumble. Turns out they have highs to them too. Like a yeah, you just get used to it after so many years of like my bass is fine. I never had to ask anybody, what did you say? I could hear quite well because all my bass notes were fine. It's all the high-end stuff that I was missing. So I kind of equated to, for the last, I don't know, 8-10 years, I've been colorblind, and since the hearing aids came in, I now can see color, and it's like, wow, is this ever different? And no, I'm not sponsored by Starkey hearing aids. If they want to, you can. You can leave your helmet on your bike in Nova Scotia. No one's going to touch it. It's a good beach day. Oh, look at that, selling lemonade. How cool is that? Nordic sauna rentals. Ooh, swanky. Bicycles, surfboards, a smorgasbord out front. Smorgasbord? Did I say smorgasbord? I guess if it's a surfboard. start at my house in Eastern Passage, and you can hit the Trans-Canada Bike Trail, and it comes right out, crosses right here actually, and ends up Lawrencetown Beach. There and back from my place, about a 34-kilometer ride. There's a couple cyclists right there using it. Don't go, don't go, don't go. As motorcycle days are concerned, this is just about perfect. Not that hot, not that cold. And a rarity for Nova Scotia, there's no wind. There's very rarely no wind around the coast. But as you can see, the trees are barely moving, which is rare, which is nice. Much of a hidden driveway. Got a sign pointing out. Things you think about when you're driving a motorcycle. Through the big town, Cole Harbor. Here's where it gets hot. Traffic. The thing about the Honda, it's not that loud as far as the engine is concerned. All you guys out there with your Harleys and your open face helmets, I hope you're protecting your ears. I can't imagine what it's like eating bugs and the noise. But, you know, all to his own. I got a bug on my new windshield. I hate when that happens. There's the Canadian Embassy. If you're in the Cole Harbor area and you want to go for a swim, go park up here on Morris Lake on the right hand side. It's the Kiwanis, owned by the Kiwanis, perfectly free. It's like change rooms, and they do rent kayaks and stuff there to go out on the lake. I was there a couple days ago, took the grandkids out, went for a little swim, cool off. Just right here, that blue truck on the right hand side. Lots of shade. Not too deep. Very nice place. Great ride. Thanks for watching. That's called Lawrencetown Road, what we were on, also known as Marine Drive Trailhead. If you are a motorcyclist and you're coming to Nova Scotia, why don't you check out my other video, 5 tips for riding in this province. It's a great day. Take care of yourself, and again, thanks for watching.